What's up, guys? Buoyant Bear back again, man of many voices, man of reaction content as of recently, back with the much anticipated, according to the community feed, Fesh Pince 1 and 2 reaction. We're going to start with part 1 for now. I'll do it in 2 parts as to not drag on the video too long. I recently did a reaction video to Fesh Pince 3 part 1, which popped off beautifully. Thank you all. It's already at 1.1k views. That's a big deal to me on this channel. If you know this channel's history, obviously if you look at the first 2 videos, that's a huge view count. That's how I got the subscriber count that I have now. But now that I'm making organic content, hitting 1,000 views, 1,000 people actually finding my content entertaining is really meaningful to me, and it inspires me to keep going, and it's why I'm staying on this venture in the first place. So I won't bore you too much with the rambling. If you like what you see, hit like and subscribe. It helps my channel, helps me grow. Trying to hit 1k so that way I can start the partnership process, and I want you all to be a part of that with me, so let's do it together. But before we do any of that, let's have some laughs, because, you know, a new year, starting the new year with a smile is just the right way in my opinion. And here we go. All right, another classic ready to go. This won't be a blind reaction. I've stated previously that I have seen the first 2 dozens of times in the span of about 10 years, but it still holds today, so we'll still have some laughs right now. Let's get to it. You didn't see that.
Gotcha.
Oh, I've been out of the loop for a while. That's a Metal Gear reference, isn't it? I haven't played Metal Gear Solid since 2015, but that sound, it's ingrained in my cranium of when the Russians would see you. For those that love Phantom Pain, you know what I'm talking about.
Drink 5-hour energy. It's not a drink, more like a drink.
Whoa! Hey, G, did you bring the mail in yet?
No, I love how this series makes Jeffrey into some kind of freaking like robot. Actually, makes a lot of them into robots with the whole yeah, Uncle Phil, it's so hot up there. The girls just went good stuff.
I've been saving that to calm myself, lest I get too giddy from rubbing my cock.
Okay, that one, I have to admit, still makes me laugh today, but I did actually always rewind that part going through the 2010s.
You know, you really need a woman, G. What's a woman?
What's a woman? What's a woman?
Drink 5-hour energy. Drink 5-hour energy. Drink.
Hey, Krobo, I think 5-hour energy owes you some money for this, man. This video did more promos than their 3 a.m. ads ever did.
Drink.
Not did more, but had more of an impact of, like, looking at this view count, 3.7 million people. Yeah.
I figured it out, Will. I'm gonna get Dad what he always wanted.
What, a Pizza Hut in the garage?
That one is, I mentioned it in the last video on the Fesh Pince reaction. That joke is still an ongoing inside joke with my best friend and I. It's a daily thing almost. Where if I say something like, "Oh, man, I'm really craving something to eat," like, what do you think I want? He'll say something like, "Pizza Hut in the garage." That's one of my favorite ones.
Better. I'm gonna clinch the election by getting an influential person to endorse it. Watch and learn. Hello, is President Bush there?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
I always wondered who that's supposed to be. At first, I thought it was supposed to be Dick Cheney or something, but no, that wouldn't have made any sense given this time frame.
Very well.
Look at those funny little markings underneath the pictures. We call them words.
Very well.
Is President Bush there?
I can't hear you. I'll see you
I love the Russian translation.
later.
Or Cyrillic, if we're going to use the proper terminology. Okay, this one here. Boom. Okay, I know what I said about the Pizza Hut in the garage. No, this one here became a classic, actually became an inside joke on several streams when people would send it in as a donation. That was a thing for a while. I'm not going to name the channels, but there were live streams where, hey, G, would you make me a sandwich? Became like an inside joke within different communities of streamers. This was way back in like 2014, 15, but still, I thought it was pretty amusing that this joke actually held up as an inside joke with about 2 that I know of streamer communities for a while. Does it still? Probably not, but there are probably still people in those communities that remember it because it was pretty funny. There were text-to-speech dono nights when a bunch of us would send that donation in over and over again. The, hey, G, would you make me a sandwich? And yeah, it stuck.
Hey, G, would you make me a sandwich?
No.
No. I like how Carlton shakes his head in disgust, like at the idea that Jeffrey would not make him a sandwich. Like, how dare you?
Now this is a story all about how my license plate got flipped, turned upside down.
License
and
plate.
I'd like to take a shit on a couple of guys and my mom.
Ooh, he better not do that. As we learned in Fesh Pince 3, his mom whooped him.
My mom got scared and said, I whistled for a cab.
Wow. Man, Krobo, why didn't you censor that? That was, man, she just cursed him out right there.
When it came near, the license plate said, Wisconsin!
70 show reference?
If anything, I could say.
Directions.
Erections.
What are you talking about? I'm not having any.
Mem.
I love that. Mem. Oh, yes, erections.
Well, yes, directions. Yeah, thank you. Hey.
Jeffrey, from an objective point of view.
Man, Aunt Viv really kicks in that professor lingo when she needs to. From an objective view. Woo, woo, woo. He gained weight. Was that Jeffrey reacting to the instantaneous weight gain?
Hello, is President there?
No.
Is President Bush there?
No. Oh.
Carlton.
Oh.
Carlton. It's Carlton.
Carlton, are you by any chance Carlton?
No.
Are you by any
Not
chance,
available.
Carlton?
Perhaps you should let George.
No.
That is Carlton. I'm in a position to scratch his bush if he'll scratch mine.
That was always a good one. Scratch his bush.
Capiche?
Hello.
Well, I think you're being really unreasonable.
Well, talk. Shit, I don't care.
For you, sir. Philip Banks. Banks wants to empty the banks, fill our streets with banks, and run a bank-making operation out of his banks.
But
Dad,
Dad,
aren't some of those banks? Uncle Phil turns into Cerberus. Stay tuned.
Carlton, honey, they're all lulls.
They are lulls.
There's still time to fight back.
I'm not going to fight.
You know a man's serious when he has to clear his head by swatting papers against the counter several times. And in some examples, it can be really beneficial, as we saw with a certain certain entertainer who would slam his papers like that after talking about frogs being turned into LGBT community members. I know some of you got that reference.
Fight back.
What?
I'm not going to fight back.
What?
What?
What was that? Like, ugh.
Let me tell you a little story.
Oh, no.
Now this is a story all about.
This young boy that lived in Philly, right? And he was the prettiest little boy that you ever seen in your life.
Man, one thing I really am curious about now is how long do these take? Like, okay, so for context here, I never did YouTube poop editing like this. I was in the YouTube poop realm, sphere, lexicon, whatever you want to call it. I was one of the Speakonia guys. I wasn't one of the big names, nothing like that. I did get a few thousand views on my videos way back then, 2007, 8 or so. But I never did the Sony Vegas crowd, is what we called the people that made videos like this, because they had a skill set. A lot of them used Sony Vegas back then. This was 07. And they would take stock footage like this and just splice it all up, cut it up and splice it together to make funnier dialogues just like this one here. I personally have seen it been done. I've seen somebody do it, but I don't think I could ever do this. It would just be like, I think I could, but it would take a very, very, very long time. And one other creator that I know of, Spider Side, he's one of my other favorites. He does he does poops on the Spider-Man movies, the Raimi ones. And with him, there hasn't been an updated video in about, I think 5 years now. And he posted an update that it takes a long time. Krobo, let me know in the comments if you're watching. How long does it take to create like one scene for this series? Because with all these lines, all these lines that are grabbed, they come from all these different seasons. I'm recognizing some, actually most. And I'm thinking like, man, this guy must have had to scour through the entire show, picking out lines that could be used out of context for humor. I just find it fascinating that how much work goes into this.
Life. And right next to him lived this filthy McRotten dude. And he wanted his body, right? So one day the dude was about to get it on, right? The young boy said, no, you can be my boyfriend. So the nasty dude snatched off into his ass and came out his dick. And you know
that was great, especially with the finger motion. Like, it just added up perfectly.
why? No. Because the nasty dude had a two-headed cock.
Had a two-headed cock. Oh, and this next one's another insider that me and my friend use. Actually, this one's also pretty prominent, which is anybody could be saying something and it'll go to so this story's about you, isn't it, Will?
So the story's about you, isn't it, Will?
That's right, Uncle Phil.
Will, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Ooh, heady, heady, who, heady, heady.
Who heady, who heady, who?
The Fresh Prince family watching Will Smith on TV while being filmed for TV. Fourth walls don't exist.
More after this.
Wow, that blows 2016 and 2020 out of the water. I haven't heard a convincing campaign speech like that in decades.
Uncle Phil, you got to kick that man's butt. Oh, he like begging. He like, oh, Philip Banks, kick my butt.
Philip Banks, you should kick my butt.
One of my favorite things about this series is the little cutaways of Uncle Phil having what look like recreations of Vietnam PTSD flashbacks of people telling him random stuff like, you should kick that guy's butt.
Philip Banks, kick the man's butt.
It goes against everything I stand for.
What's your point?
With over 9,000% of the district's reporting, Judge Robertson has overwhelmingly defeated
the district's reporting.
Hey, on a brighter note, I see you've brought your lovely family with you, including your daughter, KFC, your father, Subs. So, tell me, are you free for dinner tonight?
Nice.
My father just got an erection.
That wink, though, man. I don't know.
Well, who do we have here?
Let's get the hell out of here.
There goes Philip Banks, the biggest ass that ever lived. What a douche.
Excuse me?
I think that one's probably the most iconic line of this part.
You heard me? Sass!
I think you should
Sass.
take that back, man.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, you do?
Well, I think you're a big boy.
Man, you could drop dead.
Wow. Dude, I know he's playing a different character here, but he did actually play George Jefferson on The Fresh Prince in the final season. Wow, George Jefferson came a long way. First arguing with his racist neighbor Archie Bunker, and now being told to drop dead by a 19-year-old Will Smith. Awesome.
Oh my God, he's God.
He's God. That is how I would picture God entering and leaving a scenario.
How you doing, baby?
I just feel so guilty, Aunt Viv.
I don't care.
I know, Aunt Viv.
What a fruitful heart-to-heart that was. There's our Princeton man.
Yeah, Carlton Banks. That's B-E-A-E-N-K-E-S.
K-E-S. No E. It's amazing how the letter E can also be turned into a very creepy laugh.
That was a joke, man.
The phone's dead. Will? Oh, man, I am not a kid.
I love the GTA style blood effect.
I'd like to welcome you to the memorial for Carlton. Saying a few words
For
on
Carlton.
behalf of the departed will be Felix. What can you say about Carlton?
He was Carlton.
He was Carlton. At this time, I'd like to invite someone with an especially warm memory of Carlton to come up here and share it.
You're his father. Wouldn't, of all people to have a warm memory of Carlton, it should be Philip Banks. Philip Banks.
With us. Sorry.
Sex.
I'm sorry, I gotta step away from the camera and cry. That was such a moving eulogy.
Did he not feel pain when he was hurt? I mean, did he not shit? Did he not dream?
Did he not shit? Did he not dreerge?
He was only human, but yes, he was chicken and waffles.
Chicken and Winnigish?
And I fail to believe that the world can profit from a man's dick. Each and
Cornhub would disagree, Will.
every one of you should be really ashamed of yourself.
And who are you?
I'm the dude.
Would you make me a sandwich?
What's a woman?
Look, I think I know how to help Will.
We have to attack him.
We've got to attack him.
Finish him! Fruit. Man, this holds up after a decade. It's amazing. It's great.
You won't believe this.
You're kidding.
Philip, I would have killed myself.
Would you make me a sandwich?
It just fits in every application. It just fits. Where him saying, "Would you make me a sandwich?" It always does.
For Chinese food, huh?
I'm gonna zip my pants up.
Oh wow, I had forgotten that one was in this one. Wow, glad I revisited. Because I remember that one from the third one where he's like, "I'm gonna zip my pants down," and that was the one that made me crack up on the blind reaction. By the way, if you haven't seen the blind reaction to Fesh Pince Part 3, check it out. It's a genuine blind reaction. I had never seen it prior, and you get to see me crack up and laugh like an idiot throughout the whole thing. It's about 20 minutes long.
Dad, how could you say numbers?
No. To me, heaven has to be like a cross between a like video and
Chicken and Winnigish?
chicken and Winnigish.
This is incredible.
See, it's like I could have a leg in one hand and
And
a brain
bring
in
him
the
back
other.
in the other.
Banks residence.
Yeah, right.
Shisker Robertson.
Snisker Robertson,
Snisker Robertson.
Faggot.
Would you make me a sandwich?
Wow. Times were different back then. why I enjoyed this so much. Maybe it's because I grew up with Full House. That's probably has a good amount to do with it, but I really enjoyed this little cutaway here. Nostalgia. I know it's a react video, and we're all here to have some laughs, and we are having them. But for a moment, let's just take a moment to bask in the 90s and early 2000s nostalgia, where a Full House ran at 8 o'clock p.m. on Nick at Night. The good old days. For those of you that are old people like me, and most of us actually probably are, since this series is over a decade old, I think we can all appreciate the simpler times in life. But enough of that. Let's get back to the humor.
I'm sorry.
Little Richard.
Little Richard.
What's going on out here?
Underleaning up, Jeffrey. Free.
I hope they pay me more than they pay you, more than they pay Master William.
Oh, seriously, Jeffrey. Free. You should get in on this.
Numbers.
Chicken. Chicken.
Chicken.
All right, don't nobody call me a cow.
Call me cow.
Damn! Oh, damn! Oh, damn! Swoops.
Spoops.
Ooh.
Oh, no 3 years later?
Oh, you're wasting your time, idiot.
Look. Let me tell you boys something about women.
What a motivational dad to son speech about the new wonders of romance. Yeah, that was moving.
Let me tell you boys something about women.
Something about women.
Yeah, women is a trip,
Uncle Funkle.
Let's say you accidentally scream out and they jumping all out the back of your car.
I like how he turns into Will. On the left we have Will Smith, and on the right we have dummy thick Will Smith. Just for a second, imagine if the actual show had moments like this. What would the general audience of the 90s reaction have been?
Would you make me a sandwich?
Nobody ever wants to make him a sandwich, man.
You swindled me. I was planning to use that money on pot. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to enjoy the one thing you can't swindle for me.
Hey, G, would you make me a sandwich?
No.
No.
Let's play brainstorm.
I can't believe you missed that one, G.
Yeah, even Will could have guessed that one, and the only thing he reads is
My first short story.
Hey, would you make me a sandwich?
Your first short story and your first
Short story in the same room.
Well, if you're so confident in my lack of ability, make a little wager. Say, $30?
Done.
What do you say, Jeffrey? Free. Want a W?
What the fuck?
And the question is,
Want a
who
W?
is the question?
No.
The correct answer
Is
no.
no.
Splims. I say we call it Pizza Hut.
How sad. Some people do anything for money. I mean, why don't they just ask...
Shut up!
I love the shut up thing, because like in part 3 when Uncle Phil just comes over to him very leisurely.
The category is Greek history, and the final brainstorm question is, what?
Oh, I know. The manipulisation.
Manipulisation.
The manipulisation? Correct.
Correct.
Hillary, how'd you know that?
Haha. And might I add,
Are you sure we should do this?
Look, come on, man. I mean, it's either this or this.
Well, Mom
Or
and Dad
this.
are gonna kill us when they find out.
Come on.
Okay.
You know, the real episode wasn't free of sexual innuendos either, because right after they crawl out from under the bed, Carlton's first statement is, "I wonder what Jeffrey uses that cape for." Like I said in the other video, Jeffrey was pretty well known for being a sex fiend in certain ways. Some ways were less normal or contemporary than others.
Would you make me a sandwich?
Your mother is driving me crazy about.
Well, gee, Dad, why don't you just make me a sandwich?
I did it.
Whoa! Finally made him a sandwich.
6.
Please tell me that's not how you made the sandwich.
So,
Sandwich?
I like how it just disappears, just flies off into the ceiling. He's like, sandwich?
you haven't seen me. I'm not at home.
You read it. You read it.
I did read it. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, well, that's okay, because you read it. You read it and you read it.
Now we know Aunt Viv's favorite social media platform.
And I want you to read it.
I will.
Oh, check it out. Homies are coming on. Turn it up. Turn it up.
Why, Jeffrey?
Jeffrey's a brony. Given what I just said about him with the stuff he would say on the show, this is another instance that would not surprise me.
Do you like ponies?
For those of you in the chat, which pony is that? I know what My Little Pony is. It was a toy when I was a kid. It was on the commercials all the time. Apparently they did a TV show about it. I don't know much about it. But which pony is that? I know one pony name, Fluttershy, and I have zero clue what color that one is.
What
Oh, there they are.
the heck is this?
It's ponies, Dad.
What? Are you out of your horny little adolescent minds?
I couldn't think of a better line that would fit that. Given the context, a lot of people do know about the pony thing. Brilliant line placement. All I have to say.
I know I am, Dad.
See, Carlton, the first step is admitting that you have a problem. I actually really, like, right there when Will was going like that, I actually really like that scene from the original show. It's because Jeffrey comes up, he just kisses Hillary on the cheek, and he's running towards Will, and Will just goes like, hey, I don't care how much money you got, brother. That was pretty great.
This is edible.
I'll say.
Gee, listen.
Get Viv some cookies.
Make me a sandwich? Well, Mom and Dad are gonna find out what we did.
No, they're not.
What was going on in there before they opened that door?
Jeffrey, would you make me a sandwich?
Yes!
That's not how you make a sandwich.
Would you make me a sandwich? Make me a sandwich.
I made such a fool of myself.
Uncle Phil will give you your job back. Jeffrey, Jeffrey, you can't go. It was a joke, man.
Would you make me a sandwich?
You did what?
He turned into Terry Crews?
Are you horny?
Everybody hates Chris crossover special, guys.
Last mom. What you did was not only humiliating. If you were me, what would you do?
What would you do? Pizza
Hut in the garage?
Look, you big-eared freer.
Okay, this is probably I know I've said this like 3 times, but I think this one is one of the more iconic moments of this first video. But right before that, in the stock footage, I guess you can call it, one of my favorite moments was actually Uncle Phil doing that little jet ski motion where he's like, I like that. You go, Voof.
You take the horny little ass and you find Jeffrey and you find Jeffrey and you
find Jeffrey and you find Jeffrey and you find Jeffrey and you find Jeffrey and you find Jeffrey and you find
Really, I don't mind the yelling.
Will Carlton, when the shredder tells you to do something, you better do it.
But does he have to
Spit.
Ooh, are you?
Ooh, am I ooh, am I ooh?
Ooh, ooh.
Ooh, am I?
I'm a black man.
You gotta rewind that.
Ooh, am I ooh, am I ooh, am I?
Ooh, are you?
Ooh, am I ooh, am I ooh, am I?
I'm a black man with a short.
I was trying to keep it down on the rewinds this time, not as many, but that one I couldn't resist.
Black man, black man with a short fuse.
Show them to the table.
How do you think Jim feels when he changes into his gym shorts?
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
Yoo-hoo, waiter, die.
Simmons.
Gammon. Die.
Plan B.
Now that is a reference. That is a OG, if you can call it that, YouTube poop reference. Link, Zelda, King Harkinian, and Gammon. Those were the pinnacles of 07 YouTube poopery. Yeah, Gammon yelling "die," and King Harkinian's like "my boy." Those are icons of a time long gone now.
Say miss. Check it out. Look, me and
What?
Oh my God! Idiots!
This is my mother, Carlton.
My mother, Carlton.
No!
I want to grow. Whoa.
You two are really.
Places sorting hat on Will. Slytherin.
I can't believe you'd go through all right.
I can't believe you'd go through all right.
We miss you. We love you, Dad. We miss you.
There's something to me that I've always loved about quickly being convinced jokes, if that makes any sense. Like that one. It's like, oh, what do you think? Oh, well, all right. One that comes to mind is a Family Guy, where the first ever episode of it, actually, the pilot episode where Peter goes to the stag party. It says like, honey, I promise you, not a drop of alcohol is going to touch these lips tonight. Hey, who wants to play drink the beer? Right here. You win. And then when he says, oh, geez, you guys, I feel kind of bad, you guys. I promised Lois I wouldn't drink. Oh, don't feel bad, Peter. Oh, gee, I never thought of it like that.
We love you, Dad.
We miss you, Dad.
All right.
Oh, I love that. They clipped to him doing the clapping on the back of the head because of that story they told about the. She only has one arm, so when she'd clap at games like this.
I'm a coming, Luigi. Yo, yo, yo! My brother, Carlton.
Hey, Luigi, would you make me a sandwich?
No!
Carlton travels the multiverse asking for sandwiches. First he's there, then he's in Luigi's world. Maybe next he went to Kirby's. All right, well, that about wraps up to this reaction video. Part 2 will be coming very soon. I'll try to do it today if I can, and if not, tomorrow. So thank you for watching and having some laughs with me. I appreciate it. If you like what you saw, hit like and subscribe. Helps my channel, helps me grow, helps more of this content be possible on a more regular basis. Hope you all have a happy new year. Stick to your resolutions, and if you don't, it's okay. Nobody cares about them after February anyway. Have a good rest of your day, happy new year, and I will see you all in the next video very soon.